For 3 months, I traveled the streets of Paris. I explored the city. I lived as a Parisian. These are the stories of people from America, Black American writers who had decided to live there for various reasons, but many of them who were questioning who they were, where they belonged.
So I came to Paris, and like I said, thought I would stay for 1 year, but just loved the city immediately.
For a writer, you need an unimpeded spirit. In order for you to get wholly and truly what your environment is telling you, and you must answer it truthfully. And your spiritual channels must be unimpeded if you're going to do that. I can't do that back in the United States. Here I can.
You don't feel separatism in the air, the way I think you do just about everywhere in the States.
Paris is perfect for someone who feels out of place, because basically we're all out of place here.
I lived as a young man always alone. I never lived closer to my physical home in Alliance, never closer than 1,000 miles.
I remember my first trip here. I fell madly in love with the city.
The aftermath of 9/11 happened as the Patriot Act happened, as people were being corralled.
We had the civil rights struggle, and we had the Vietnam War. So these were two important social events that changed America forever.
This whole accumulation of racial issues and conflicts and tensions just made me wonder if I really wanted to stay in the country.
There's one thing they didn't want at the apex. They didn't want a black man. He's the one thing they never wanted to see, was a black man. The only response was to kill him.
After the racial profiling incident that I had, I didn't want to be here.
The Rodney King videotape emerged at the end of the Gulf War, and I'd been watching the Gulf War on TV for weeks, and I saw this videotape, and I don't know if the sound was turned down on the TV or what, but I thought, wow, things are out of control in Iraq, Kuwait,
I came here in 1968 for good. And the night that I sailed, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not me, I didn't get going, I would get depressed.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, how human beings could watch another human being being treated this way. And it occurred to me that a lot of people on that jury, if it had been a dog being attacked like that, they would have found the cops guilty.
The intense hatred and calculated brutality that black Americans have survived.
Get somewhere else. I wanted to be somewhere else. I wanted to be in some other place, any other place.
And what better place to go to than the place that called Baldwin, Miles Davis, and many other artists, Josephine Baker. And I met many people, many expatriate Americans who had questions about their identity.
So I think it's really part of a collective pathology that has to do with growing up in a racist environment that just messes with your identity so much that you end up trying to identify with this very extreme, narrow image of blackness.
Wow. And it becomes a sort of intellectual treadmill, because the whole question is, who's really black and who's not? Rather than saying that there are as many different black consciousnesses as there are black people. And there is no one monolithic black consciousness. There's no one authentic black consciousness. Each one is as authentic as the other.
So then I started thinking, maybe I'm more American than I thought. And maybe American isn't what I thought it was.
Somebody is making you think about these terms, knowing that you should be thinking about something different. So it's a mental trap that you're put into that makes you think about race. Somebody is profiting, but not you. Yeah, Malcolm X had heart and mind. He had it. He had it too much, of course. And when he wanted to spread the results of his heart and mind to other countries, then they had to get rid of it. See, when black people began to connect themselves with things outside the United States, then they're on a heavenly track. Oh, yes.
That was the trailer to On Heavenly Track. My name is Julian Johnson. I am the director. We're at the point now where we're in the last stage of the production. We have very specific needs for the film's final edit. One of the needs is for an editor to see this process through, see the film through to its completed edit. Because we think the messaging in this film is very important for many people, children, adults with issues around identity and feeling like they're at home, etc. So we're asking people through this website for contributions of money, and if not financially, if you can support us through letting people know about the film, directing people to this page, showing them what the subject matter of this film is about, that's as good, if not better, because we definitely want to get wide circulation. There are a lot of people who want to see this film, and we need your help. So we'd like to ask you to make whatever contribution you can and help On Heavenly Track be seen by a lot of different people. Thank you very much.